are almost a week out from the March 5th primary, and one of the most expensive measures on the ballot in San Francisco would change how police fight crime. It's Prop E. It would give officers more power to use surveillance technology and ease restrictions on car chases. Supporters say this recent burglary in the Sunset District is an example of why this is necessary. Police got there just as burglary suspects were getting away, but they couldn't chase them because the crime didn't meet the criteria. Right now, the SFPD is operating under a policy from 2013 that only allows vehicle pursuits of people suspected of violent crimes if there is an immediate risk to the public. Prop E, which was proposed by Mayor London Breed, would relax that policy. It would allow police to initiate a chase after retail thefts, car thefts, as well as car break-ins, as long as it is safe to do so.
Kira Keegan was driving this blue SUV when a police chase ended in a fiery crash on the other side of the Bay Bridge last December. Keegan wasn't the suspect, but she says the suspect crashed into her vehicle after fleeing a crime in San Francisco. And nearly 3 months later, getting in the car, even to get to work, remains a challenge.
I was in a lot of shock. I was very disoriented, really couldn't process what had happened to me. The pain didn't really set in till around, 5 minutes after I got out of my vehicle. And I just wanted to see my family.
The San Francisco native was lucky to walk away with minor injuries, but during her recovery, she learned about Proposition E, a ballot measure that, if approved, would open the door to the use of high-tech police equipment, including facial recognition software, reduce written reporting of certain incidents, and lessen the power of the police commission. It would also broaden police's chase policy to include certain misdemeanors. And for Keegan, that's what she's fighting to prevent.
So it really felt like the police chases in San Francisco are already out of control, and I was really upset to see that they're hoping to expand them.
Backed by Mayor London Breed and the police union, the proposition has gained over $1 million in fundraising. Supporters, like Police Officers Association President Tracy McCray, says the measure will give the SFPD more non-lethal resources that they believe will boost public safety.
People who want to commit crimes think that we're not going to chase after them or try to apprehend them. Will they feel more emboldened to just commit more? We need more tools. So when we feel the pursuit has crossed that threshold to be more dangerous than, maybe apprehending them at the time, it'd be nice if we could lift a drone up, right, and say, okay, they can follow.
She says the measure could help combat the chronic understaffing issues that have plagued the SFPD and are currently being supplemented by millions in overtime costs.
Leveling the playing field, getting tools and technology to help us, because we're not pulling in people into this profession at the rate that we used to.
But for Keegan, it's investments in community resources that she believes are the answer to public safety.
One of the people driving the vehicle was 17 years old. I think we need to really invest in people to prevent people from doing bad things that hurt other people.
Hopeful she can return to a feeling of safety and security in the city she strives to grow with.
A recent poll shows that Prop E has about 61% of voter support in San Francisco, while 37% of voters oppose it.